And the idea is then, that's where the Sufis talk about love, because now it's a matter of the heart. Why did the Prophet ﷺ mention that you have to love Allah, part of your iman? You will not be a mu'min until you love Allah more than you love yourself, your family, your spouse, your parents, etc., etc., right? Your children. Because that's the only way you can be present. And therefore, if you don't love Him subhanahu wa ta'ala like you love your children, family, money, position, whatever, even if you are worshipping Him in your body and mind, your heart is present with what the heart loves. It loves this, it loves that, it loves this. So your body and mind is present with Allah, and your heart is present with what they love. And the idea of love is to nurture until it becomes nature. And that's where the ulama of Ihsan and Tazkiyah Tasawwuf said, be around the dhakirin, be around the sadiqeen, be around those who remind you with Allah. Don't be around those who remind you with the dunya all the time. Be careful, because that's toxicity to your, that's cardiotoxic. You know it as a cardiologist. It's a cardiotoxic thing. Not because I'm saying the dunya is not important, but you have to really have, at least at the beginning, a balance between your attachment of the heart to dunya stuff. You love money, you love women, you love position, you love fame, you love name, you love fortune, you love privilege. You have to be careful not to overwhelm your heart with that, because that you're decreeing blindness onto your heart. You have to have the love of Allah Azza wa Jal and the love of the Prophet ﷺ nurtured in your heart by being close to people who love them, who express their love to them, by you expressing your love, by you situating yourself in a situation that demands you to conform to the love, even at the beginning outwardly, until you start experiencing having dhawq of mahabbah or dhawq of love. Yeah, that's why the poetries used help the hal of the awliya, the state of good people, etc. Otherwise, you'll be worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal with your mind and your body, and your heart is present with what it loves, not with Allah. And therefore, now what happens to the beginners? Most even so-called Sufi affiliates are all affiliates, meaning the biggest problem in medicine with patients is non-compliance. It's the same thing. Most of them are just there for association. If not association for akhirah is good, many times associations for dunya. Alright, who succeeds? The very few who activate their heart and use these things, use the litanies, the awrad, the poetry, the poems, the suhbah, to infuse them with love of Allah Azza wa Jal, to clean and cleanse up their dedication and devotion to Allah and His Messenger. And because otherwise you're a dunya, you're a materialism seeker, you're a perishable item seeker on the table that offers non-perishables. And therefore your heart will never be present. It's filled with toxins. It's blinded. You could be doing. That's why, the shuyukh said, Allah may use you outwardly and deprive you inwardly. Meaning what? He used you to call people to do good. He deprives you entirely of any connection to Him or His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Your heart is dead, rubber, nothing. Your ego, your whole selfishness is much bigger than you can contain even. But He uses you outwardly, yet deprives you inwardly. Or He may use you inwardly and deprive you outwardly. The hidden awliya. أشعث أغبر مدفوع بالأبواب, the hadith. Right? You'll find somebody who nobody cares about. But the Prophet ﷺ says in this hadith, if he asks Allah, Allah will give anything he asks. لو أقسم على الله لأبره. If he asks Allah for anything, Allah will give him. Doesn't mean he asks. See, to the beginners, they want more, so they think, oh, I have so many things I'm ready to ask. Having the state of asking Allah and answer you, and then asking for things and answering you, and actually asking Allah for other than Him is two different things. Because الأولياء رضي الله عنهم ليس لهم في سوى الله مرغب ولا في غيره مطلب. They don't seek any other than Him. If you ask them for things, may He give you His love, may He give you His care, and with that it entails whatever it entails, but they're not there. It's not perks for the dunya, it's actually usage for a sense of closeness to Allah Azza wa Jal. So therefore there may be flip, obviously for everybody you flip. Sometimes you're present, sometimes you're absent. The idea is that when you're absent, when you're in ghafla, you bring back yourself to being present as much as you can. If you spend your whole life being used outwardly, but that's if you are used, because some people Allah does not use them outwardly or inwardly. He deprives them both ways. He uses them outwardly for materials, for the perishables, and inwardly He deprives them from Him. And some people Allah uses them inwardly and outwardly. So the idea is that you seek His love and mercies, and the biggest obstacle for every seeker is one thing, and you know it, the 4-letter self. فلا اقتحم العقبة وما أدراك ما العقبة فك رقبة. He has, as the Quran says, يعني إشارة, he has not overcome the hurdle. And what do you know about the hurdle? Freeing a neck. فك رقبة, freeing a neck. You gotta free your neck from your own self. Then you'll be liberated. If once you free yourself, then you can see beyond yourself. If you don't free yourself, He's depriving you from Him, even if He uses you. Wallahu a'lam. So bring yourself back through good company, through servitude, selfless servitude, because selfish servitude is exactly doing the toxin, and now even more masqueraded because it's a name of doing good. So selflessness, يعني the whole ilm of tazkiyah and ihsan and tasawwuf from A to Z is selfishness to selflessness, the journey. I could probably summarize it like that, from selfishness to selflessness. That's the whole journey of ihsan, because at the level of selflessness is when you realize you're worshipping Him as if you're seeing Him, no longer as if you're seeing yourself, let alone your worship. There's nothing left of you. There's nothing left of yourself, and there's nothing left of you in your recognition of yourself or of your good things. The only thing left in your recognition is Him. Subhanahu wa ta'ala.